Okay, welcome back to Harrowings, live from the bunker. And I call this one Close to the Edge. I get up, I get down. So we've got a little link to And You and I, not to Close to the Edge itself, which has the lyrics I mentioned in the title and subtitle of this. But I'm going to do my best to look into the camera and talk to you guys a little bit about who and what I'm up to. I think of myself as a node on a non hierarchical network of all of us. And I'm just one, no better, no worse than any other. And in doing that, I'm often receiving signals that I then try to amplify through the network and get them through the noise of cyberspace. And I come by that habit honestly through my background in fife and drum. This is my 60th anniversary fife, I believe. Yes, it should be engraved somewhere on it. No, this is the older one. Anyway, I'm a fifer, and I think I got this one in the 90s. And the other one somewhere else. Cork looks a little out of place. Oh well, that's the way it goes. But it's a beautiful instrument. As you can see, it's just very plain wood with six finger holes. And you can make fifes with more finger holes, and some people do. And I'll be interviewing one of them 2 days from today, about 10 o'clock in the morning, my time, 4 o'clock his time in Switzerland. Switzerland is the home of fifing and drumming, as I understand it. It originated there in the 14th century or there around, as I used to interpret it in Colonial Williamsburg when I would get back there behind the music teacher's room and deliver my talk on fifing to anybody who was sitting in the audience. And then we'd do a little demonstration of some of the fifing and drumming tunes we'd do with our music master in attendance, our assistant music master at the time, Bill White. Bill's now doing great watercolors, and he's gotten one in a exhibit that's going to be in Radford soon. It's amazing these people that I know who are artists of all sorts. I remember Bill when he was learning how to play the fiddle, and he had that going on in his office in the old courthouse, now torn down to make space for a parking lot. They said they were going to reconstruct a building, which they did not reconstruct. In Williamsburg, that's often the case. Money is hard to come by for reconstructing buildings, and programming focus changes over time there in my hometown. I was very lucky to be born there in 1963. The population of Williamsburg at that time was only around 3,000. There were like two apartment complexes, and my parents lived in one called Ludwell Apartments. It's now part of the College of William and Mary, as I understand it. I think it may be dorms or something. Um, the building itself still exists. So does the home I was raised in from the age of about 4 months until we moved out in March of 1977. And that house has just been sold. The one we moved into in March 1977 at 100 Underwood Road. Why am I talking about all this? Because I am just talking and amplifying my own signal through the noise so you'll know me a little better. I've been writing a bit more. I've put 4 posts up lately in the written form. I quite often will go Facebook Live and walk and talk, but I also like to give a little blast from the bunker from time to time. I put up And You and I from Close to the Edge by Yes because it was really formative for me. It was one of those albums that came out, I guess, 1972 or so, 73. And it was on frequent and constant replay, it seemed, in the senior corps locker room in Colonial Williamsburg's Fife and Drum Corps building back in the day. So it really got down into my musical DNA, as it were. Been working with my vocal coach a little bit today as well, Sonny Triple. I've amplified our talk that we made. Oh gosh, it's been like April, or maybe it was even earlier. Maybe it was in late March. And I made a couple others before going on sort of hiatus when it came to interviewing people. But part of this is a pitch to all of you, and in the sound of my voice, if you'd like to be interviewed on Harrowings, give me a ping. I'd be happy to have you as my guest. I was just watching Mayim Balak's breakdown, and she had a doctor on this morning, and they were talking a lot about different supplements. And the way in which we can do things for our bodies to not injure them. One of the things that was very interesting was a talk about the incidence of Parkinson's disease being much higher for people who live near golf courses because of the use of Roundup. Glyphosate apparently is potentially something that contributes to the development of Parkinson's disease. I did not know that. I don't use the stuff myself. I hope it's not used much around my area, but these pesticides are not good for pests or nor us. It all flows together, and we need to be more conscious of that. I was talking about plastics with a friend this morning, in fact, and just the fact that we collectively make choices that, well, they impact everything and everybody. There isn't a move you can make without impacting something in the universe. So if we're more mindful, if we pay attention, if we remind ourselves that every cent we spend is a vote for the kind of world we are co creating, I think we'll be in a lot better space. So, thank you very much for joining and this little blurb of a report in from close to the edge of my little bunker here. Pardon me, got a little something in my throat. And I would like to see more interaction. I would like to see more paid subscriptions or just free subscriptions. That's great too. And I have increased somewhat lately, and I'm really pleased with that. And I have seen more interaction. So keep it up, do more. And Substack is going to be just tremendous if we all work together. There's another thing in my mind, and that is that unsolicited DMs coming in from people who are pretty clearly trying to scam us should be reported and blocked. Very easy to do, and it should be done, I believe, because even if somebody's well intentioned, I usually will give them a couple of questions to see if they are well intentioned. Most often, I end up getting something like, "Where are you from?" Well, read my Substack, and then you'll know where I'm from. Um, if you're not doing that and you go and ask me that question, it's a very good likelihood I'm going to both report your profile for spam and B, block you. And I want to have an expansive group here, not an exclusive one. But I don't think we need that here, and we could clean it up if we all cooperate together. So that's about 8 minutes of me, and I don't want to press your time too much. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. And you can see the buttons down below the close to the edge link there.